Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be with you today just to share a few thoughts on the research and innovation in the extension of education and maybe touch a little bit on the experience that we are making right now in the GCC. This is the city of Ras Al Khaimah, where we are located with EPFL, the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Lausanne, where we have a graduate research center in the field of energy management, sustainability, and sustainable practices. Let me just say a few words about the context and why I'm speaking about innovation in a forum that speaks about education. If you're looking at the demographics of the MENA countries, the Gulf countries included, by 2050, they will have grown twice as fast as the world population. There's an estimate that in the next 10 years, if we just want to maintain the current high level of unemployment with the youth, there would need to be 150 million new jobs created throughout MENA. Now, this is not about MENA, this is about GCC today, but the paradigms of MENA are exactly the same for GCC countries. Let me just say that in a few words. The youth in GCC countries, like in MENA, they're young, they're numerous, they're educated, 25% unemployed. They always think that the government is going to provide them a job. As a result, there's an underdeveloped private economy. There is, in fact, little innovation going on in all those countries. Less than 0.5% of the GDP of the entire region goes to R&D. And students don't necessarily choose the right path for a career. Let me give you an example. One of the 3 pillars of the economic development of Dubai is hospitality, yet only 2% of the students choose hospitality. And of course, all this needs to an economy which is relying more on gas, oil, and other fossil fuels, very energy-intensive economies. If you're looking here on the left, you see the energy efficiency in terms of US dollars of GDP produced by units of energy. And you can see that the GCC countries on average are approximately around 2.5. The average of the world is 4. And if you're looking at countries like the US, Germany, or Switzerland, they are 3, 4, 5 times more efficient. That means for 1 liter of oil, you can produce far more GDP than just what is being done today. There's, of course, large programs, important programs for creating jobs. Here on the right, an article of The Economist of last year, almost last year, that was asking where are the jobs for the boys in Abu Dhabi with more than 25% unemployment, but yet the government injecting even more resources for programs for the youth. Let me just give you a few ideas here. This is a graph that shows you on the horizontal axis the percentage of the GDP which is dedicated to R&D. On the vertical axis, you read the concentration of scientists and technology-oriented people and engineers, and the countries are laid out here. So you have the usual suspects, South Korea, United States. All these countries are investing massively. Now, if you're looking at the competitiveness, and we've heard about this before, the top 10 countries are all investing massively in R&D. And now, if you're looking at the innovation index, you find again the same suspects. Now, there is a virtuous cycle here. You cannot simply go for education alone. You need to push resources and invest in technology, innovation, because this is where the next jobs will be created. Manufacturing will be moving to Africa and to other countries. It's happening today. So the GCC countries need to find the edge, and it can only happen through innovation. And in terms of innovation, we see now the emergence of Qatar and competitiveness. They're trying to find their way up, and I think it's going to pay off. But the message here is you need to continue to invest and innovate. it's not difficult to attract talent to the region. That's the good news. We created a master program for our operation over there. Without any effort of marketing, within 2 years, we had more than 200 applicants that came to the program. And they come from good institutions. They come from the best Swiss institutions. They come from MIT, Johns Hopkins, Tsinghua, IITs. They come from all over. They come to the region because they see a potential. Let me go quickly over the research. We are doing research projects there, but I don't want to dwell on there. Let me just go quickly on what the key learning points are in my mind after us 4 or 5 years experience in the region. First of all, the GCC countries need to make a particular effort in the education of their young generation. Well, by young, I mean the kids who are in high school. Because by the time they reach the end of high school, they are ill-prepared for university. As a result, they go for education, they spend money, but the value is not there. And the most talented ones, they leave. There's a diaspora of more than 5,000 scientists from the Arab world. They're just gravitating around the world. Why don't they come back? Because they don't find the talents to help them pursue their research. So enforce the standards of international high school levels. And you need to be ready to accept the fact that not everybody becomes a C-level person. So we need to create and valorize new pathways, and Chris will touch upon that in a moment. I think it's important also for the countries to make and keep commitments to science and technology. It's not sufficient to declare intentions, because it is a marathon. Innovation and the creation of value is a marathon. You need to run the marathon until the end. Today at EPFL, after 25 or 30 years of efforts of investment, we start seeing companies investing massively on the campus. It's a reverse process. We pushed money on students to go to the companies, and now the companies come and they set foot on the campus. Every year, they invest $400 million on our campus, R&D jobs from the private sector. The same thing can happen in the GCC countries, but you need to first invest and keep investing. Let me finally say that we need to capture the value. A good student in the American University of Sharjah developed a small device that could monitor the health of a baby while still in the wombs of his mother. And this little device was able to speak to the doctor, or, a very smart thing. But this invention stayed in the drawer for more than 3 years because he was not a local student. So you need to create, you need to capture the value, particularly when it is on your land, regardless of their nationalities. You need to capture the value where it is. Nationalization programs are important, but today they are targeted in a way that does not work. And all of this, it leads to one message. We need to stay plugged in the GCC countries. This is a beautiful solar cell invented by one of our professors. It's sitting in the sand. It's been purchased. Are we going to connect the leads to make something with this? So this is my invitation. Thank you for your invitation. Thank you.